it or not, I'm a lot more comfortable up there. So the story that I was asked to write, or the title that I gave the book that I was to be writing was Dear Diary, My Workout Log for Today. And this is actually my workout for today. So I'm doing a bit of a mental workout, so it's a little bit different than what I'm used to. Public speaking is not something I'm comfortable with. As you can see, I've got cue cards here so I don't black out and start talking about something completely random. How to externally rotate your hips and hit depth in a squat and stuff like that. But you know, it's something that I want to be better at, and just like wanting to be better in the gym and wanting to look better on stage, wanting to help my clients lose weight and achieve their goals and better their lives, this is something that I felt I had to do, step out of my comfort zone and practice. So it takes me into the first part of my story, which is public speaking back in elementary school. So it was something that was necessary. We had to do it. It was part of our English credits, our English marks, you know, in the primary grades. And I didn't like it, so I didn't know at the time that I was so insecure, but I was bullied, and it was starting to take effect. So getting up on stage and talking to people wasn't something that I wanted to be doing. I wanted to be at home playing video games, so I actually love them. I didn't raise my hand that I play them because I get addicted to them and I have to stay away from them. So we stay away from those now. But public speaking, so I didn't like it. I chose a topic, wrote my speech, practice, cue cards, and I was pretty good at it. I won. I went on to the Legion and carried on after that. And anyway, that competition was history. Moving on through the years, it was mandatory for a few more years. I kept doing it. And then I started picking topics that I enjoyed, and I realized that if I enjoyed the topic, I would talk and I would be good. And then the bullying stayed, and I started to become a little more uncomfortable with being up in front of people again, and I started to be aware of, you know, myself and just how mean kids can be, and it was something that I wasn't comfortable with anymore. And then that really did become history because I didn't do it anymore. I quit. I stopped. That takes us through elementary school. I moved, switched schools, and brings me to about grade 7, 8. So girls are now a thing that I'm interested in, so pursuing those. Emotions, teenage emotions, you know, some anger. The bullying stayed around. I was shorter than everybody else. I had red hair. That was weird and different, and I gelled my hair, and my parents didn't let me go to school with like shirts not tucked in and stuff like that, so kids had things to pick out. And I don't know if my parents were just sick of hearing, you know, about all my complaints of being bullied, and the advice that I was given was give it back to them. You know, they give it to you, give it right back. If they make fun of you, make fun of them. If it gets aggressive, whatever, give it back. Stick up for yourself. And it just wasn't really my thing. I wasn't mean. I didn't like to make fun of people. I couldn't think of the things that they said to me and say it back to them. I think I told a kid that his mother cut his hair with a bowl one time, and that was about the extent of my comebacks to what they said to me. So, you know, that stems from a childhood TV series that I watched, Dragon Ball Z. Goku, the main character, he was always forgiving, and he always gave his enemies a chance to apologize, and he would forgive them. Lots of them ended up becoming his best friends, and were on his team and helped him succeed later in the series. And actually that happened a little bit with me. One of the kids who was the meanest to me is now one of my best friends. So I'm from up north, and he's one of the only people that I still talk to. And it ended up paying dividends, literally. He's now a client of mine, a happy client in the best shape of his life, who decided to employ my services after years of being his friend and helping him through his process. So, you know, that's kind of a sign of like, I wanted to handle my bullying the way that I wanted to, and it paid off later in life. So, you know, if I could tell younger me to just do more of the things that you want to do and how you want to do them, find your passion, like just, you know, be the person you want to be, I would tell that to him. That brings us through to high school. So classes were going okay. I was doing good in school. I didn't skip. I was a good student. You know, getting into grade 11, picking careers. I hated it. Why was this something I hated so much? Guidance counselor looks at my report cards. Oh, you're good at math. Why don't you be a math teacher? No. Accountant? No, absolutely not. Those were the careers that I was being pushed towards, and I was dreading going away to college. And how could something that I wanted to do for the rest of my life be something I hated so much? So I didn't understand it. And, I worked out a little bit. I wouldn't say it's anything compared to what I do now, but I was in the weight room, one of the only kids before and after hockey training. Wanted to be a gym teacher. Don't be a gym teacher, I was told. There's no money in that. Wanted to be an archaeologist when I was young. You're crazy, Jurassic Park is not real life. Grow up. So being pushed away from the things that I wanted to do. What makes a lot of money, I asked. Engineers make money. Okay, sign me up. Civil engineering. I went away to school the next year knowing what civil engineering was based on the description that their Georgian College's website provided me. Roads and bridges. I was going to build roads and bridges. I was happy. It was fun. College. Grades are okay. Okay, worse than high school. I wasn't as interested in the things I was doing just because I was good at them. It was easy. I didn't have to try. But I was good at working out. I was going to the gym. I was making very impressive gains. I was building muscle and changing my physique and doing incredible things, or so my friends told me. And my confidence was going up, which was something very new. So like my background of bullying and stuff like that just didn't produce a very confident character going into college. But the gym was where I was comfortable. It was something I excelled at, and I could extract confidence from there and take it to social settings, parties, whatever else, and it didn't help me at all, but there was still some confidence there, at least in one aspect of my life. Then I had a professor come in one day and tell the class, miserable old man, he was like, you guys are here doing what you're doing, you're gonna make X amount of money when you get out of school, and if you want to do or be happy in life and live well, you're gonna need a second job. Why do you think I'm here teaching you? He had done the program as well. I think his wife left him and took him for half of his belongings, and that's why he was doing that job. But anyway, okay, so I was a little bit older. I knew about income and how much money you kind of had to make to get somewhere, and I was like, well, if I can make more money somewhere else, I'm going to go do that. So my dad worked in a mine in Nunavut, and I was like, sign me up for a student position. I would go up there 2 weeks, come home 2 weeks, and I did a couple months on a contract there, made some money. And when I realized that I was sick of standing in front of a pile of mud with a hose, there was no amount of money that could make me want to travel, across the country, be away from my friends, be away from, not the gym entirely, but be away from my life that I was accustomed to. I had to find something different. So I was done my contract there. I got a job back home. And, I started learning more about fitness. So the job was actually to do with my schooling, but I started getting more into fitness, and I was developing programs and stuff on the side, and I was helping my friends, and I started being drawn between a job where I was being asked to do illegal things, fudge numbers on government jobs, and all kinds of stuff like that. And I was like, I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want my superiors to be able to say, hey, do this. Well, this is not what I learned in school. Well, it doesn't matter because I'm signing your paychecks and you have to do what I say. So I was like, well, this can't be what I have to do for the rest of my life. And I was searching on Indeed. I downloaded the Indeed app, job search. I didn't even know those existed. A personal trainer position at Good Life was available. I thought, this is too good to be true. This is awesome. I quit that job, went to Good Life Fitness. That was not how I wanted to go about my fitness career. So I was being forced to sell packages I didn't believe in, sell in a way that I didn't believe in, money, 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 money. How do I help people? I wasn't allowed to do the things I wanted to do to help people, which led me to starting my own business, working 2 other jobs on the side to be able to provide for myself while I continued to grow my business and start my career. Tried working with friends and contracting with different coaches that I worked with along the way, and found out that their values didn't line up with the things that they were saying, and there was just too much clash. And I realized, like, if I'm going to do the things that are going to make me happy, I have to do what I believe in and follow my values and do this for myself, which leads me to the job I have now, which is, back working for myself, roster full of happy clients, helping them the way that I want to, and not having other people tell me how I need to live my life. So thank you guys.
That's the truth.